Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars. Feels weird to say, but week 1, day 1. Technically this is the 119th Guild War, but of course it is the very first Guild War under the new system. So yeah, we're finally here after a little over a year. They have finally returned. Of course, the main reason we didn't have it is ever since they ended up implementing the new PvP system, that ended up making it so the previous system was not compatible with it. So for the longest time, we didn't have Guild War for a little over a year now. It's been like, what, a year and a quarter or something around there? But now it has finally returned, and yeah, let's go check it out, mess around with it. And I think today's going to be a little anticlimactic, though, because I was checking earlier at, like, the guild that we're up against, and I think they have, like, 2 people in their guild. So this is going to be, like, the easiest sweep we're going to have for Guild War for a while. I wonder how many other ones are going to be like that this week. Also, here's a code, by the way. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. But hello, everyone! Oh, yeah, let me go use the other chat so I can see you guys better. Wait, where's my other chat? Let's see. Wait, how do I want to do this? I have this set up weirdly. Wait, I'll get this to work. Wait, one moment. Technical difficulties. Wait. And then I make this smaller, right? There we go. Okay, I think I fixed everything. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello Tyrion! Hello Sonny! Hello Cookie! Hello Crisp! Hello, Chad! Hello Sonny! Hello everyone else! Welcome! Hope all you guys are ready for Guild Wars. Also, there's a redeem code if any of you guys want to grab it. Oh, never mind. I already sent one earlier. Never mind. I forgot. I already sent that exact same one. But there you guys go. Enjoy. Alright, so yeah, let's go into Guild Wars. Let's just go straight into it. Let me go grab the team. So, of course, we showed all the teams on the Monday video, and I showed the defend team that I personally used for the Dragon video, where we covered 10 different teams for the Dragons, because I did end up going to one of the categories where we could end up using it. As far as our main team, I'm going down the Ogress route. I guess we could go for the Convert. Oh, no, I've been considering using the Slime. There is something interesting that it gains extra points for. So we're up against a Blue Kingdom, so this is going to be the layout that we have to do for the things. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an overlay in-game that shows it. I guess when you kind of see them, you'll know for sure, you know, like before you get into the battle, but still, knowing kind of like the layout for where you're going, and we're attacking Blue today. However, the main thing I wanted to go look at is the scoring system. So there are a few things that you could do to gain a little bit more points. One of them is to make a 8 of a kind, which can get you a little bit more compared to if you didn't do anything like that. It's not that many more points, but you know, every little bit helps. Winning within 2 turns can end up stacking up quite a bit more points. The earlier the better, where you can earn the... also, this does not count extra turns, if I'm not mistaken. When it's this 2 turns, basically that means by your second turn, I'm pretty sure. Extra turns do not count towards this, I am pretty sure. One, with all 4 of your allies alive, gives you 10 extra points, which you should generally be aiming for. This does include if you get it resummoned as well. As far as getting extra moves, it's pretty easy to hit normally. You have to hit 8 extra turns to be able to get up to 4 extra points. And beyond that, if you one-shot an enemy, you get 3 extra. It's going to be a little bit annoying because there's only one thing, Amarak or whatever it's called, that can devour, which I'm pretty sure is the only thing in the whole kingdom that can count as a insta-kill. But to be able to trigger it, you have to give up 1 of your turns normally, which could make it so you lose less points there. So you might be gaining 3 points just to go lose your 3 points here. So I'm probably not going to bother with Amarak. Not sure how many people are really bothering with it. But there's a good chance that you're basically sacrificing 3 points in order to go earn 3 points. Basically making Amarak point neutral, at least for this kind of kingdom, or this kind of restriction, as is Broken Spire restriction. There will be restrictions where you probably can get away with it, but I feel like Amarak's going to be a little bit too inconsistent, where you're basically just earning the 3 points back that you otherwise would be getting, unless you get like a really lucky board with it. So I'm personally not going to be bothering with the insta-kill. The other thing I'm probably not going to be bothering for, oddly enough, is the a lot of a kind. I believe the Slime would be one of the best things to do this for, either Shegra or the Slime. We do have upgraded Shegra, by the way. We did end up getting it shiny. We had in the thumbnail there. But yes, we did spend our $5. We did get a little bit of shininess on it. Only shiny level 1 because I'm just waiting till we naturally win the rest of them. However, we do have our Shegra level 1 with this 1 lower mana cost. Obviously, it goes even higher once she ends up getting to trait number 2. But we won't have that until tomorrow, I believe. Actually, technically the end of tomorrow. So the following day we wouldn't have that. So maybe on the 3rd day we'll go test the Shegra team. Because by that point, it'll have its upgraded trait. And then the only thing it won't have is this other mana reduction. It'll be a 13 mana cost instead of a 12. But it will have its enhanced ability. So maybe we'll go try that out for all the extra matches and everything. But anyways, let's go straight into Guild Wars then. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, a little bit anticlimactic as far as will we win or not? I don't know. It's a close battle. I don't know. Who do you guys think is going to win this? Do we think that, what is that? Peonies de Griera is gonna win? Or our guild? It's a close battle, but, yeah, we'll have to see. It's a really tight race right now. Yeah, I'm not sure what matchmaking's currently doing, but, yeah, we got a guild with, like, 2 people in it. Despite being, like, 29th, I believe, wherever we are. Yeah, we're, like, 29th, tied 29th. You're up against a guild with, like, 2 people. I was like, hello, yeah, hello, Mark, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, anyways, let's go obliterate this place. But yeah, let's go try the new Guild War. Go get our team in. And go test it out. Hopefully against a more real team tomorrow. As this is a little unfortunate. So the first battle will always be up against the Sentinel. Rest of this battle should be pretty free. Oh yeah, we can get a lot of one-shot here too, which will be nice. Anything we really need to change here? I don't think so. We're basically just rushing up Ogress and then kind of going from there using Titan. We do a Brownstorm, right? Let me make sure my Titan's set up correctly. Oh, there is one thing I want to go change. I currently have him to Enrage. One thing I actually want to go change on him is Lightning Strike. The other thing I want to go change is we have 20% Mana Star. That's actually fine. I have 20% Mana Star 8 Magic right now. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because the other 2 are still using it. Even though we're 50%ing these 2, we're still using the 20% for the other 2. So that's fine. And we'll keep it like that. Let me just make sure we're all traded correctly then. Alright, so... stun first enemy or random storm. Probably just take the stun. Extra bit of attack because the other one doesn't really do anything. Extra bit of armor, that's fine. Oh, extra yellow magic though? You know what? We'll get that. I highly doubt that'll be enough for Infernus to get a kill, but what if it is? Brownstorm, of course, because we need it. Barrier on Brown. Yeah, I guess we'll just go for Barrier on Brown. I highly doubt anything sketchy is going to happen in these fights. This is the main one I wanted to change. Explode to 1 yellow. And a billion immunities as per usual. Yeah, that seems fine. I guess we could technically go for the elemental extra damage as well. I was like, hello, Gerudo! Hello, Maximus! What team code today for the Guild Wars? It's the first team on the Guild War thingy. Or this code right here. Let's see, current team. There you guys go. But it's also on the video from Monday. We posted all the offensive teams that we're using throughout the week. And the Tuesday video that had all the Flower Dragons also had my Elemental Defend. At this point, Defend's already locked in. But, yeah, the Monday video had all of our offensive teams, all 3 of them. And that's the one we're currently using. One thing I didn't build around that is pretty good, as far as things to use, is the Slime. I personally didn't end up using this, but it is a convert, or create 5 yellow, then convert everything that is yellow into red. It is pretty decent. I personally did not go the route of using it into any team, but there will be situations where I probably will incorporate it, just due to its really low mana cost and everything. But I figured Ogress with the resummon is just a little bit safer. The biggest issue with this guy is if the enemy has anything that denies red, or even yellow, but generally red, it's going to be a lot more problematic. Whereas this team right here doesn't matter if they're dying brown or red or any color, will be perfectly fine. Whereas this will struggle a lot if they do get a denial on red, as we'll get very, very little value from casting it, unfortunately. But that's why we went down this route. But you can be switching it out if you want. The main thing that we're going to end up getting really, really easily, though it's not that many points, is getting the 8 of a kind, like the 7 of a kind, 8 of a kind. There's so few extra points though. Honestly, you could probably ignore all these and be fine. Unless you're in like the top of top, like 5 guilds, I'm pretty sure you honestly don't care about these at all. It's still nice to hit these if you can, but as long as you're winning, this is the main thing that ends up mattering. The other thing that ends up mattering is getting full sets. So there is actually a situation near the end that you're actually going to want to double up on rooms. You'd probably want to do this around the time that your guild has... honestly, even right now, you could technically start doing it. But basically, if you have people starting to... Oh no, how many would you need to do for that to be worth it? Because if you start doubling up on these, I believe you can actually get more points than if you move to Palace. Like if you start doubling up and going back onto these. I would need to do the math on that. But I believe there is a certain point once you've gone down enough paths where doubling these, and doubling these, like having your last 3 people do that, would end up getting you more points than if they moved to Palace. The main reason for this is Palace is worth 500. But if you go and do both of these and get an extra 1,000 from getting another set, that might end up being more than if you just moved forward to go do Palace. Oh no, I would have to do the math on that later. But I believe there are some rare circumstances depending on where all your wins are. It also depends if your guild's winning every single time or not. But you get an extra 1,000 every single time you complete out a full set. So there are some rare circumstances depending on where your guild is, we're doing the second and third battle, or sorry, more so third and fourth battle, the one with 2 and 3 stars. Doing multiple of these to try to get more sets might actually be more value sometimes than moving on to Palace. So do be aware of that depending on where your guild state is at a given time. This is mostly relevant if you're taking it like way at the end of your guild, like if you're one of the last few people to do it. That's particularly relevant. So you do want to double check if you're like one of the last 5 people or last few people, if doubling up on those is actually more value than doing the Palace. Plus it's going to be easier that way as well. But it's more so for the cleanup crew for like the last few people that do it. But anyways, are we good to go? Let's go get into it. Guild War time! Hello, Yusef! Welcome, welcome! But it's a little bit unfortunate that we do have a little bit of an anticlimactic first one, because I'm pretty sure almost every single one of these defend teams is going to be like a joke team. I'm pretty sure all their real members, if they have any, are all at Palace. So we do get to see them there. Oh yeah, well, let me double check my banner right now. More settings, banner. How do you check banner these days? Where did they put it in all this mess? They keep moving it like every other patch, it feels like. We're brown-red. The main thing I was checking was to see if I have extra yellow. We do not. That's unfortunate. I don't have any way to get either of them the full mana right now. I might just take a purple and hope he doesn't take brown. Let's see. He does not take brown. Oh, wait, could I have just taken brown to begin with? Wait. Oh, no. Wait. All right, let's see if we can get value here. Come on, extra turn. No, we didn't get the extra turn. We didn't even get full mana either. No. Gosh, that's so many turns already. All right, we are at the one-shot range, so it shouldn't matter too much beyond here. Does he have Submerge? No, we're fine. Hopefully we see some real teams near the end. But honestly, I think the final battle will be the only one that will actually be a real team. So, of course, now we have the choice of going either direction here. And we should be able to see what team it is. Yeah, this is Fae team. So this is a 4x Fae team. And this is a 4x, I believe, War Gear? Yeah, there should be a 4x War Gear. Of course, because the team doesn't have anything set, they all have the same thing over top of them. So it doesn't really matter what we end up going here, so we'll just go for this one. Oh, he couldn't have taken brown? Oh, I thought that was there. Oh, yeah, that was from the move. Never mind. I was going to say. I really got to be careful to go slower when we do Guild Wars, though. There's so many things. I'm just so used to playing the game where you're using, like, Tak Shaka or something similar. And the second you just do your move, the next move, you just instantly have full mana. I need to stop playing like that, especially for Guild Wars when we're up against, like, a real guild. Because, gosh, I do that so often these days. Where I'm just under the assumption, like, oh yeah, we'll guarantee gain, like, full mana immediately the second we do anything. But, not quite how it works. Go upper route. I think we're missing some locations here. Well, it should even out regardless. Because people will still have to go all the way to top and take those. So it shouldn't really matter right here. Even though this is 15 and this is 10, you're still going to have to go all the way up and get these up. Because what matters is these double 8, double 8, double 8. And we'll just take one of these 2 double 8s, of course. Not like we have a choice. They're both the same. Let's see. So what are our choices now? We have what I believe is Knight. Sure looks like Knight. Or is it an Elf? No, it's definitely Knight. So we have Knight, and then we have Rogue. Rogue here would normally be easier, I believe. Actually, Knight would be easier, but I believe this one over here is harder. But they don't have any team set, so we're just going to go on the full outskirts then. Because unfortunately, they don't have team set, so we can't really do like a proper going through kind of situation. This is going to be such an anticlimactic first Guild War, though, I do have to say. The final fight should be hard, though. 100% if they set a defend team, it's probably on the final fight. So we get to have at least one real fight this Guild War. They're actually just a warm-up for future Guild Wars at this point. Because having to do these Sentinel fights is pretty much a joke compared to, you know, what battles could end up being. But yeah, we have it really easy this time. Did a lot of you guys get, like, joke guilds as well as far as what you end up having to face? Because ours was super mega weak. Oh, no! I was hoping that would gain extra mana and Cascade, but still kill him. It didn't actually kill him, but should just use the dragon. That's fine, though. But yeah, we got a really low guild. We'll see how hard his final fight is, because if he's at any defend team, it's definitely on the final. Yeah, this one was super easy, because they all just have the Sentinel here. That's what happens when you don't set your defense. Whenever you don't set your defend on a given Guild War, they get replaced with this really weak Sentinel. So if you're in a smaller guild, definitely make sure to at least get one person defending every location. Because otherwise, you'll have this kind of battle defending every single spot, which is so absurdly weak. Alright, now let's see our one and only real fight. Because if he was going to defend anywhere, he should be defending here. Alright, let's see what the Palace fight is. So this should be a pure blue team on Palace. Let's see, what is the battle? Here we go. Oh, he used Wand, though. Just as a reminder, do not use Wand of Stars and do not use Stellaryx. Similar to PvP, they both get replaced with their respective thing. Wand of Stars gets replaced with Prismatic Orb, and Stellaryx gets replaced with Diamantina. Currently, the new Flower Dragon does not get replaced, so this might be changed in the future. But as it currently stands, the Flower Dragon does not get replaced with anything. So, yeah, you can still safely set the Flower Dragon, at least currently. But do not set Wand of Stars and do not set Stellaryx ever on your defend team. You could use them offensively if they fit your category. But defensively, they will still get replaced like they do in normal PvP with something really, really, really weak. So as you can see here, he's using Wand of Stars, which has been replaced with Prismatic Orb. But yeah, don't do that. As tempting as it is to use Wand of Stars, it does get replaced with a useless weapon, which should make this battle a lot easier. As honestly, just like 2 Gem Dragons with Aquaria, with what would have been Wand of Stars, but is not Wand of Stars. Also, what's his hero class? He has like no hero class set. He set up the team, but forgot to set a hero class for the team. He also didn't change his banner. Interesting. Diamantina is far from weak. Well, you know what I mean. Weaker compared to Stellaryx. Yes, Diamantina is not weak, but compared to Stellaryx, you know, it's kind of weak. Like, Diamantina as a troop's not weak, but relative to the thing that it's replacing, yeah, it's pretty weak. Alright, let's go fight a real team for once. Except they accidentally used Wand of Stars, so it should be a little bit easier. Main thing to look out for is the whole reason why we brought in Furnace. This gets Submerge. I use this on my defend team as well. This gains Submerge when it takes damage, which means the second we end up hitting it, it's going to gain Submerge, which means we can no longer go use a AoE on it. Which means Infernus time. It's very much the sole reason why we even brought Infernus with us, is pretty much for that exact purpose. So we have a hard counter to go and make sure we can have something to go clear it out. As otherwise, yeah, we'd have no really good way of doing that. One thing we're definitely going to have to consider too, if you haven't been using it, is Shegra's Heart. It's a weapon that you can end up setting that's brown-blue. You end up getting it just from doing Hero Mastery. And it ends up giving you 4 times cleanse across your team. It's really, really good for cleansing. Actually, I think it's like the only real viable cleanse option that this entire kingdom has. So here I'm actually going to want to do the Fire Dragon first. The main reason for this is I want to trigger the Submerge. And now that the Submerge has been triggered, we'll then do the Infernus so we can kill it out. And yeah, then we just poke it one more time and we're good to go. Grab another little extra turn, grab our Fire Dragon or whatever we want to go fight, throw here. I guess we'll throw this for the little bit of a cascade effect. And that is match. Let's see, how much did we end up scoring by the end of it? It should be a little over 1,000, I think. I don't know, how much points did we get? We got 1,371. Oh no, is this good for Guild War? I'm not sure what's high or low. What do you guys get for your score? But, yeah, we are at 1,371, but we did have a lot of really, really free fights. Actually, some of them we might have gotten lower score for because I didn't stack up as many extra turns as we probably could have because they died so quickly. But we also got extra benefit from instantly killing them because a lot of them were so weak that we could get an insta-kill just by casting pretty much anything. You got the exact same score. That's kind of funny. Yeah, honestly, it shouldn't have too much variance. As long as you're winning all of them. Like, there is a little bit of score variance, but you're generally going to be around, like, what, 1,300, 1,400? Somewhere around there. There's like a few little bit of wiggle room here and there. But a lot of it's going to be like around that point. But yeah, that's a little anticlimactic. I wish we would have been up against a real guild. But unfortunately, yeah, we did get up against a guild that has like 2 people in it, or even 1 based on that score. It might have just been 1 person there. I said, hello, Lester. Hello, Yusef. Hello, who knows? Hello, Jamie. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's another factor too. We didn't get to see it because I don't think it went on long enough. But after 15 turns, there is an effect that happens for every single one of the locations. The main 2 that people set to, I believe, are blue and green. But yeah, each one has a different effect. Green ends up entangling you after 15 turns. Blue ends up freezing you after 15 turns. Red ends up burning you after 15 turns. Purple does terror. Brown does stun. And yellow, they end up gaining barrier. But yeah, I would say overall, based on layout and effect, green and blue are generally the best 2 to be setting as far as your defend. Green, I feel like, has the better layout. The blue does have the better effect of freeze. So either 1 to 2. I personally feel like green's a little bit better overall, though. The effect is way better for blue, but I do personally love the layout here because you're always forced into one of these 3 paths. And all 3 of these paths have at least 1 really, really good room. The left path has both Divine and Elemental. Elemental has the new Flower Dragon team. Divine has triple Takshaka as well as any other kind of pure Divine mythic build you want to do. Naga has obviously Takshaka build. And then Goblin is obviously Infinite Loop Goblin, which is also really cheap for most people to build, as most Goblin meta teams do not use a Mythic, and if they do, they only use 1 Mythic, that one guy that has Goblin resummon. He does like a bunch of explodes and resummons like 1 to 3 Goblin. But you can easily build an infinite goblin team that uses no mythics if you really had to. So, yeah, all of these have like a really, really strong path. Whereas blue, honestly, middle's kind of weak. Like undead and rogue. Like undead, yeah, if your Grey King ends up working properly, it could be okay. But I do feel like its middle route is really, really weak. Even honestly, the right route's not that bad. The left route's really strong. Dragon and Strix, particularly the dragon part. But, I don't know, Giants and Knights, not the greatest. Undead Rogue, not the greatest. Whereas at least all three of these paths has at least one battle that can get you. The left path has 2, the middle one mostly has 1 of the Naga, and the right path mostly has 1 of the Goblin. The only one that's really weak is Taurus. Because even Wargear and Wildfolk could be good. Wildfolk has some really good Skull Spam team, and Wargear has like those 2x skull damage ones, which ends up working out really well. Oh, so hello, Calamar. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Top Wrecker is crazy hard. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of scared to see what real teams look like. Because we had it really, really free today. Oh yeah, the new rewards, by the way, too. Of course, you do get rewards for every single one of your wins. These are personalized, so regardless of how good your guild does, you will end up getting these. There is a paid side for $5 as well as the free side. I did end up going for the paid side. Not sure if I will do it every single time, but this time's the paid side is, of course, for Shiny Shegra. We'll probably use it on probably the 3rd day, because after tomorrow, we'll end up getting the upgraded Shegra as far as its ability. And then on the 3rd day of Guild War, aka the Saturday, we'll be able to go utilize it on the day of. So if we want to bring that out on one of the battles, I probably will, just to go test out upgraded Shegra to see what it will do. The only upgrade it won't have by that point is the 1 lower mana cost, but that's fine. It'll have the full effect of the ability by then. So we'll get to test that out. Beyond that, you do get extra morale for extra gold marks every single day. Unfortunately, one person in our guild didn't end up setting defend. We only had 26 out of 27 people, which penalized us by 28% since we didn't have the last person doing it. But based on your morale bonus, you do get extra gold marks every time you win a guild war. So tomorrow we should be getting whatever this bonus is times 10. So basically add an extra 100% to this. So we would end up getting 37 gold marks tomorrow we should end up getting. 10 is the base value and 27 should be the extra amount, which would end up giving us a total of 37 gold marks for each win. So that's not too bad. It would have gone 40 if we had the other person set their defend team. But unfortunate. It's mostly so new that I think a couple people in our guild forgot, because there's technically like 3 or 4 people that could have filled it, but unfortunately, I think it was on tours too. They didn't end up getting it. At least we have someone defending it. At least it's not 0 people there. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we never got that last person in there, so we are losing 3 gold marks every time we win this week. It's not that big a deal though. Even if we win every day this week, it's only 12 gold marks. It's not that big a deal. But you know, 12 is better than none. But there we go. Overall, first impressions of Guild Wars, I do like the system, but I wish it would have grouped people better initially. I was really expecting that we'd be up against all the hard guilds. Honestly, I shouldn't really complain, because the more free days, the better, honestly. But I wanted a real fight for the first Guild War. Kind of sad that we just had, like, nothing. But hopefully we'll be up against, like, one of these guilds around us. Hopefully the matchmaking will be a lot better after the first Guild War, second Guild War with the new ELO system and everything. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of situations like that where you get placed up against something really, really weak until the ELO system starts kicking in a bit more. So the first Guild War 2 might be a little bit sloppy with that as far as matchmaking, but hopefully by like the 3rd, 4th, 5th and everything, the system should be way better than before as far as how it matchmakes. But right now it doesn't have like any data feeding into it, so could have a lot of situations like that initially. Also, hello Outlander, welcome, welcome. After maxing your... Oh yeah, that reminds me. I finally got the Magic Kingdom upgraded. I did do this off stream, but look, we got Silverglade upgraded. I got this because I wanted the extra 2 magic for the really hard Guild War fights, but didn't realize that today was going to be a pushover, so I technically could have just waited. But yeah, we finally got the +2 magic off of Silverglade. So now the only Magic Kingdom we need to go and upgrade is Blighted Land. We still got a ways to go because I think I only have like 1 right now. But yeah, I have 1. Technically 1.8. But yeah, we have like 1.8 purple deed books right now. And yeah, we're almost there. In 26 more purple deed books, we will have our final max Magic Kingdom. Still got a little ways to go, but slowly but surely we'll finally get that. Do you know what? Let's go do. Do I have any left? Let me go open some of my gold shards. I should have enough to go do a triple right now. Let's see. Can we get a purple again? Come on, purple. That's not a purple. Come on, purple. That's not a purple. Don't do 3 blues in a row. Yeah, let's go into the code. We got a purple. There it is. Make that 25 more. We're almost there. Slowly but surely, we will get all the purple deed books we need. And that's something else that's nice about Guild War. If you win every single Guild War, at least with the bonus that we have right now, which seems like about the average amount you'll probably get, That's over a deed book every Guild War if your guild wins every Guild War. Obviously, that's not going to happen every single day. You might only win like half of them or something. But if your guild was to win every single one of the Guild Wars, you would get slightly over a deed book. Even 3 wins is pretty much a deed book as far as how many gold marks you would get in return. So if you could win like 3 out of 4 Guild War days, you get a full Guild book. And if you only win half, you know, 2 days, lose the other 2 days, that's pretty much half a deed book, or even a little bit more than half a deed book. So it's not bad. And that's on top of all the other rewards for just partaking in Guild War. So not bad at all. Your inferior magic does not impress me. We will eventually have max magic. Just give it some time. Oh yeah, you know what I forgot to go do? I forgot to go claim all my stuff from earlier. Oh no, well I guess we'll claim it now and just start messing around with it. I forgot to go claim my extra free 1000 VP because we over encumbered on it earlier because I was doing some PvP, and then Guild War also counts towards it. Oh yeah, that's something else that the pay thing does too. It's not really that big a deal, but you do get like triple VP while doing Guild War. So every fight we did basically counts as if we won like 3 fights in normal PvP, as far as like the extra thing that the paid side ends up giving. It's not really that big. And that's the other thing it ends up doing is it's you like skip tiers. I won't be ever utilizing this though, unless we somehow don't win 18 times, in which case we will be doing that to go get all the rewards. But otherwise, yeah, we will try not to do it to get things early because we're just going to get them anyways by the end of the Guild War. But anyways, what do we still have to do a ton of? I guess technically Invasion. I feel like I've been slacking on Invasion. How's our guild doing? Let me go help the guild. Because honestly, this is probably the last day we got to bother doing. I don't even have up to the minimum. So let me go do this. I've been using Immortal Ossifer to try to speed things along. I don't think this is the team I showed on the Monday video, but I did end up adjusting it to this. Just because I wanted even more skull spam. You could also use skeleton and stuff like that. I think I showed a skeleton build for the lower rarity team, but I didn't show the Ossifer route for the higher rarity team, which of course is an option you have. Works a lot better once we hit 4 towers though. But once we do get there, everything shall die. Because then we have like controlled extra turn skull into one shot into one shot. You can almost get like a triple one shot out of it. 3 to 12 months from now, honestly, at current rate, yeah, it'll honestly be half a year before we have max magic at current rate. Unless they start doing a lot of purple events out of nowhere, it is probably half a year before I have max magic. But once we do, we have it forever. Unless they add another Magic Kingdom, but as long as that other Magic Kingdom isn't purple, we should be able to go immediately max it. As long as it's any color that isn't purple. But yeah, I still wish we would have had a harder Guild War today. I'm kind of sad that we got such a weak one. Like, it's nice from a loot perspective, but a little anticlimactic for our return. But hopefully tomorrow we'll have a really, really, really difficult one. Because honestly, that's one of the main things I love about Guild War. Is when you're forced to have to do a battle that you're so far behind on. Where normally it'd be so efficient to just run away, but you actually have to go spend like 10 minutes doing a battle. Trying to figure out every single move and trying to make a comeback with only like 1 troop remaining against like 3 other ones. Yet still somehow win by the end. Like, those are the funnest parts about Guild War. Is when you're down like really bad, but then still somehow win the battle. But for people who were up against a real guild, about how difficult would you say was the Guild War battles today? Because some of those must be really strong, because you're restricted to only Broken Spire. And some of those restrictions that you have to go take on, they're not hard. I mean, they're not easy. They're not hard. They're definitely hard. But they're definitely not easy. Especially the Palace. The Palace battle is going to be a nightmare for some of them. Just because of how many stats. Especially if they're using Flower Dragon. Because currently Flower Dragon is allowed on Palace. And ideally, everyone's Palace should be 3 Flower Dragon builds. It's definitely not required, but if you have it, you should be trying to take Palace and doing that. Same as if you're doing blue, you should be setting your dragon as Flower Dragon build. And if you take Elemental and green, you should be doing Flower Dragon build. Basically, you should only have people who have Flower Dragon doing that battle. Or, you know, setting to defend for it. Yeah, Broken Spire has a lot of good ways to gain mana. The main ways are Ogress, Hero Weapon, and that one Slime Creature. Or, like, the main few that you would end up utilizing. There are some really rare circumstances where you might end up using the Empower Troop as well. He doesn't man accumulate that much. But I believe he's the only Empower from the Kingdom, so there are some rare circumstances where you might want that. But yeah, we will be streaming every Guild War day this week. So tomorrow we'll be doing it again. Saturday we'll be doing it again. Sunday we'll be doing it again. And hopefully we'll get some real teams the other times. And if not, hey, free wins. And of course the rest of the stream will just be clearing out all the dailies and weeklies and everything. I've actually been slacking on them a bit. Look at how far behind we are in like Invasion. Like we go check my guild right now. We are in 29th place. The only person behind is someone who's done literally 0. Yeah, we've been slacking a little. Same as Underspire. I've been making sure to buy them every single day, but I haven't actually been doing most of the battles. Probably go do some of it. Because I'm missing 2 of the Guardian things from Underworld, or Underspire, I mean. Honestly, at this rate, I feel like it could be another year before we have them all. We've not gotten a new one in so long. We've gotten more copies of them, but they were all repeat copies. We haven't gotten an actual new one in, I think, like half a year now. It's been a good while. Like, it's been long enough that I can't even remember when the last one was. It's been so long. Give Jeweled Golem its props. That was that one shiny. Oh wait, Guild Wars has begun? A little late. We already finished all of Guild War, at least for today. Let me see. This was the one shiny from the place. Explode a gem, then create 1 × 3 wild card with 2 more for each brown gem destroyed. Oh yeah, that's actually not bad. Oh wait, his shininess actually gains a lot of benefit. Oh no, that's not even his boosted form. Wait, what does he do when boosted? Is it 3 more for every single wild card or for every single brown? Wow, that actually is a lot. The problem with that is if it misses though. That is so much free mana for the enemy if you miss. That is so much free mana for the enemy if you miss. But as long as you don't miss, that's a lot. Yeah, it creates an extra wild card for shiny level 2. Wow, that's actually really good for shiny level 2 then. I don't have it though. I never realized the shiny level 2 was that strong. Yeah, that's actually really good. Like if you exploded 4 brown with shiny level 2, that is 12 wild cards on the board. The problem is I don't have that shininess level. And I feel like a lot of people might not if they haven't been using a lot of shiny keys. Unless you went for him directly on the week that he came out. Because otherwise you have to deal with the really wide drop table to go get him. But yeah, that actually is pretty good. Like, really good if you have them shiny level 2. The problem is you need them to be shiny level 2. Oh gosh, we got silence. Oh, I hate the silence effect for this. This is probably the most annoying thing ever. Let me just set Orpheus medals. I don't feel like putting her cleanser on the team. Honestly, I probably should go put like Mercy or something. Just to get it off immediately. But we're gonna go down the Orpheus route. Come on, instant cleanse. Didn't get it. Okay, I should honestly just put a Mercy on the team. Or really anything that has a cleanse. I just not gamble it. Yellow is probably like my least favorite day to do these. Because whenever you get silence, that is so bad. Go have to keep up to level 9? Nice. Yeah, how many can you get it up to with the entire guild? I'm trying to think. Because that would end up being, what, 10? I guess 10 would be the highest you could ever get them. Because each person going down each route. There is a weird circumstance where you can get to like 11 or 12 if you have people double up near the end. If your last 3 people double up, I think that's slightly more points than if you do Palace. Only problem is the last 3 people have to remember to go do that for that to work out. Like if you do 27 people going down, what, 9 for each path, and then have the final 3 double up, that should be more points than if they just simply went to Palace. Not that many more, but it should be slightly more. The only problem is the last 3 people that ever do Guild War in your guild would have to know to do that. But it should be ever so slightly more than taking the Palace. It would also be slightly easier as well. Because at no point would those last 3 people have to kill the Palace. And you would get more points out of it. Alright, dailies are good to go. Clash Trial, I'm probably skipping it. It's only 25 gems. Oh yeah, I should go do more of this. Go up at the guild a little bit. Debating if you should get on the keep to level 10 or do the palace. Should you get on the keep to level 10 or do the palace? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. But basically what I was referring to before is due to the extra 1,000 bonus for taking each one once, I believe the last 3 people in your guild, like, you know, the 28th, 29th, and 30th person, if you know for sure that every single person's going to do their battles, those final 3 would technically want to double up on the, like those final 2 before the palace. As getting those extra 1,000 bonuses in, I believe, is slightly more points than if all 3 of them move to palace. Due to the extra set bonuses that you would get. Debating if you should get one of the Guild War locations to level 10 or do the palace. Wait, debating if you should get one of the Guild War locations to level 10 or do the palace. Oh, you should just do the palace then. I think is what you're asking. But if in doubt, just move on to palace. Oh no, I would have to go do the math on the other thing. I'm pretty sure someone already has by now. Because that only works if every single person in your guild's like really coordinated near the end. And I think we're missing a person in our guild, so we couldn't even properly do it. But, let me see if I go check over here. But yeah, how many points would you have to give up? Because this is 200, that's 300. Oh no, maybe you do lose more points not moving forward. Because to do that... Wait, you would actually need 6 people. Because you'd have to double up there, you'd have to double up there, double, 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 double. Yeah, it is always worth moving to palace then if you could take it. Yeah, I was just checking it now. As far as the double up thing. Yeah, because you'd have to lose too many points to double up each one. Because you would lose, each person would have to lose once. Or, you know, do like one lower one. Like 6 times. But to do that, you'd have to sacrifice, what is that? Yeah, like 500. Yeah, you're sacrificing like 1,500 points to get 1,000. Never mind. Yeah. You would never actually double up on them. The only exception to that would be if some people in your guild end up losing. But aside from losses, yeah, you would always move to palace then. Because to do the double up thing that I was mentioning earlier, yeah, you'd actually be losing more points than how much you'd be gaining from palace then. Never mind. That's still applicable if some people were losing their battles. Like to fill out the gaps. But otherwise, unless you're like right at the end and getting a bonus that the guild doesn't already have, it is generally just always worth going to palace then. Like the next 2 people that go for this guild, one of them would have to obviously go down middle, and then the other one goes down top. And then whatever the other 2 do doesn't even matter, because there's no way we can get any more bonus than that. So it does seem like 10 to all is like the best you're ever going to get. It doesn't seem like you can ever really get more than that. Other than a 10-10-10. We just need 2 more people and then we'll be good to go. But I guess I did that by design, because isn't that like 27 people to do that? Or 28, somewhere around there? Which, why is that like that? Because you would need 10-10-10. Wait, wouldn't you need 30 people for that? Why does it show only 26? I'm actually confused by that. Wait, does that mean someone in my guild lost? Wait. I just realized. Does that mean someone in my guild lost the final battle? Because I'm looking at the numbers right now, and I'm slightly confused by that. Wait. That means someone lost the final battle, then. Because that means only 2 people haven't done their battles, then. That means 20 out of people in my guild did their battles. But that means 2 people in my guild lost against the palace. Oh, no. I already disconnected on palace. Because I believe disconnect still counts as auto-lose during Guild Wars, so be careful. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm like 95% certain. If you disconnect on a battle, you auto lose. So be very careful not to disconnect if you can help it. But yeah, 2 people lost in Palace. That's fine though. But yeah, the next 2 people would have to go middle and then top, and that would be all 30 then. So that means 2 people haven't done their Guild War battles then. Wait, is the gate higher? I don't think that means someone did the gate multiple times. Doesn't the gate number go up as well? Oh yeah, someone did do the gate multiple times. Wait, why? I'm so confused. Who did that? Yeah, I didn't notice that. Someone has 34 on gate. Wait, that's weird. Who on earth did gate 5 times? Especially with how easy it was this time around. But yeah, that's weird. I didn't notice that until you just mentioned that. Wait, that looks like 2 people end up doing that then. Or is it just 1? It kind of looks like 2 based on that number discrepancy. That's weird. That's even more confusing. Why would you do gate 5 times? Especially in a layout that easy. I'm even more confused now. Doesn't matter too much for the first Guild War though, at least that one, because we just won by like 1.5 billion. Anyways, can I go finish out this game mode already? I keep poking invasion and we're still not done with it. Alright, let me go add another code as well. Here it is, go. Oh, where's the code? Where's the code? Where's my code section? Alright, there it goes, go. Someone who didn't read anything about the new Guild War. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure it's going to take people a couple weeks before they fully get attuned to it. Because we also had a few people who didn't set defends. We had like 3 or 4 people that could set the final defend and no one did. But that's kind of to be expected initially. People don't keep up with everything that happens to the game. But that's something that will resolve itself by like a few more Guild Wars by now. Hopefully by next Guild War. But it's kind of to be expected for the very first one that people are going to be kind of confused on what to do for a couple things. If anyone still has any other questions, definitely let me know. As we'll be around here every night at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully with more challenging battles tomorrow. Yeah, the guild that we're up against only had 1 person. It was a 1-person guild. Which I'm actually surprised they're still around, but there are some person guilds out there. People who like solo an entire guild. Who still want the benefits of being in a guild, but don't want to have to manage an entire guild. Because we were up against one today for Guild War. But hey, as far as personal rewards, you would actually still get all the benefits from doing Guild War. You wouldn't ever be able to get the gold marks for winning a Guild War day, but you would still get all the wins, like all the Shegro tokens and everything. You can still get those without, you know, without your guild ever winning. Is they're rewarded based on personal battles, not based on guild battles. So if you were a 1-person guild, you would actually still be able to get all those rewards. You just would never be able to win the daily extra gold marks or anything. The number below the locations, the amount of times it's been defeated, yes. When looking at the Guild War menu, the number underneath each one is the number of times it's been defeated, and every single time that number goes up by 1 across every location, you get an extra 1,000 points. They mostly added that so you'd have to fight every single location. Because without that, everyone would just go down the easiest path. But they ended up adding the set bonus for, to make sure that everyone does every battle. Otherwise, everyone would just take whatever the weakest path is of the three. But that was kind of their way to work around it. You could still do that, but you would lose out on a lot of points if you did. As if you're really coordinated with your guild, you can get up to 10,000 extra points for doing every path. Realistically, it'll be a little bit less than that because some people will lose their battles. But you can get up to 10,000 extra points if everyone does evenly split across every path. Realistically, that's going to be like 7,000 or 8,000 most weeks, probably. As some losses are to be expected. I just realized we have the Easter Tower. I wonder when the Easter event's starting. We should be getting that soon. We don't have the event calendar yet, do we? We'll probably have to go over that on Sunday stream. Something we haven't been doing as much lately because we haven't been streaming every single day. But if you guys see the calendar thingy, definitely let me know if I don't catch it. Because, yeah, we'll need to go over on stream. Normally we go over on the Monday video lately. But it should be coming out in the next few days. Like probably this weekend. And by that I mean the calendar for the month of April. But yeah, we should be getting that this weekend. Maybe I'll go over it once they do. I'll mention it in the Monday video. We'll be able to also go over on stream in the next few days. Because we don't know when the exact day of the Easter event and everything else is. It should be a 2-week-long event. Assumably, it should be starting the second week of next month. Either second or third week. You one-shotted the entire palace guard? Oh gosh. Yeah, the battle that they get replaced with is really, really, really weak. The main reason for that is they made it skilled so newer players would be fine with it. Or, you know, so that newer players could take it out. It's one of the reasons why the really, really first battle is super weak. It's to allow newer players to actually have some amount of chance of not being obliterated. Regardless of what kind of guild they're in. But the problem is if you don't defend every location, it also gets replaced with that really, really weak battle. But it was mostly added as a fail-safe so that really low-level players could still partake in Guild War. Yeah, you can run hero-less teams for this Guild Wars wall. It's something I didn't actually show for any of the teams. But depending on how you want to mana accumulate, you could actually just go no hero. The main thing you'd probably want to use hero for, if you're not using like Explodey Resummon weapon, is Shekar's Heart. It's pretty much the only viable way to cleanse. And there's going to be a lot of Elementalist teams you're going to need to cleanse against. Like, the second I see one, honestly, I'm bringing it out. I don't even care if we don't have Resummon. I'm bringing out Shekar's Heart the second I see Elementalist, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sugar's Heart's going to be a really, really good weapon for this Guild War. It's really accessible, too. Because all you have to do to have it is just do brown, blue hero mastery. So regardless of what point you are in the game, you should have it laying around. But it's going to be the go-to weapon to use against elementals and anything that's like really status effect heavy. Obviously we didn't need to use it today, but it's definitely something we're going to need to consider every battle we do when up against a real guild. Oh, come on, no alignment? Oh, no, we have it on green. Oh, so I love that we could use double Pharaoh for this. This is so convenient. Is how I feel like every team is. When we take things so sloppily during Guild Wars and everything. Because I really need to get better about that. I am just so used to playing Pharaoh teams and Takshaka teams now that I just assume we're going to have full mana like every turn. Like whenever we don't have a turn with full mana, it's like, wait, why didn't my troops give me all my mana? It's like, oh yeah, there's only a few troops in the game that do that. But they make the core of like every quick kill team in the game right now. You know, in situations where you're allowed to use anything. Alright, we're almost done with this game mode. I'll go ahead and add a code as well when we do. One more battle, unless we have a Valhawk Tower here, or Valraven, I mean. Oh, we do have one. I was going to say, we have to say goodbye to our final Easter Tower. Because honestly, after today, I'm probably not going to need to do this anymore. Like, by the time we do our battles tomorrow, the guild's probably already going to have it done. Do we have a pet code today? Didn't I already do one this month, I think? I think we already did for the patch last week. So the next one I'm going to have is for Easter. Yeah, I don't have any more pet codes. I think we handed out for the 8.4 patch day. Which was, what, Tuesday last week? But yeah, we don't have another one until Easter. Yeah, the Easter Tower is kind of annoying because it has a resummon. Which is actually probably one of the most annoying towers in the game. As it makes a tank that is not weak to tower damage. Yeah, that reminds me, what month's code am I up to at this point? Because I'm pretty sure we're still only up to like February codes or something. Have I even finished the January codes yet? Because I don't think I have. Let me double check. Because I don't think I pasted the other ones in. Yeah, I'm still working on the January codes, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, and these are it. Okay, these might be February codes actually. There you guys go, have a February code. I still haven't even caught up to March yet, and it's almost like the end of March. But now that I'll be streaming a little bit more, should be able to catch up on all the codes soon. As I've been doing Brighter Shores quite a bit less recently. There aren't too many other games I really want to pick up this year. There are two that I do want to go play, indie-wise. It's Slay the Spire 2 and another game that's like Slay the Spire 2. Remember that one pirate game we played like a year or two ago? Pirate Outlaws. It was basically a Slay the Spire-like. But it was basically a Slay the Spire that also had a mobile version that was actually pretty good. We actually played on the mobile version. And yeah, they're actually doing the second version of that. The same year that Slay the Spire is also doing Slay the Spire 2. I think they just released the demo like the other day. I haven't bothered playing it yet. Not sure if we'll stream it or not. But I do plan to play the actual game when it comes out. Same with Slay the Spire 2. I just find it funny because a clone game of Slay the Spire is also getting the sequel. They're both sequeling the same year. Alright, Underspire. Pet. Alright, Pet, you've been maxed out since like all of time. PvP, I technically already did that off stream. Yeah, I think Underspire's the only thing we gotta mess with. These dailies, all the relevant ones are done there. Campaign, you've been done for a while. Clash Trial, I'm just gonna ignore. Invasion, we already just literally did that. Guild Wars, obviously we started with it. Unfortunately, we're up against a really weak guild, but Guild Wars has been completed. Other things, what else? Yeah, I think it's just Underspire, because I already did PvP earlier. Let me double check. Because we did all of our PvP rating. I think we have all the Valhawks already. Let me double check. Yeah, I already got all the Valhawks there. I did that off stream earlier. Yeah, everything seems to be done. All right, let's go do some Underspire, which is good because I'm so behind on Underspire right now. We have 36 torches to go use. I'm definitely not using all of them right now, but we got to start using some of them. So let it begin. All right, I guess we're going this way. Why not? Oh yeah, we're still using the really quick Medea quick kill. This team will fall off by zone 3, but for now it is pretty much the quickest thing we could run. So we're going to be running it at the earlier end. This team you definitely don't want to run the whole time though. But initially it gets the job done. Did I play out that other flashy game? Oh yes, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yes, we finally finished that. What was that? Yesterday or 2 days ago? Whatever it was. But yeah, we finally finished out that game like a day or two ago. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Did enjoy it quite a bit. I would say that the second and third I probably enjoyed more. But it was a really good game. The gameplay loop was a lot more fun for this one. I just felt like the story fell flat at some points. And the characters weren't that particularly memorable compared to some of the other games they've had. It was a pretty good overall game, though. It's definitely not the worst in the series. But it's definitely not my favorite Xenoblade game. Though it is a pretty good one. But yeah, we're there for the ride. We finished it in under 60 hours, oddly enough. There's post-game and everything, too, but I'll be doing that off-stream whenever we do that. But main storyline took about 60 hours, roughly. Which honestly isn't too bad for an RPG. Because honestly, I kind of prefer when RPGs are a little bit shorter. RPGs that start taking like 100 hours plus just feel so long sometimes. Especially when RPGs like that expect you to do like multiple playthroughs. That's one of the reasons why we never did like every ending of Triangle Strategy. Because that one game, I think our first playthrough was at like 85 hours. And I'm pretty sure if you wanted every ending, it would be like 300 hours or something. Which is just way too long. Which is why we stopped after one. Really? I feel like the pitchfork is always triple dead end. Oh, fine. We have to scout out all of Zone 1 anyways by the end. If it's going to be any zone that does this, Zone 1 is like the least consequential one because we're already going to do them later anyways. This happening in like Zone 3 or deeper is kind of annoying though. But Zone 1 I always full scout just because it's the quickest place to do so. To try to get those juicy dead end rooms. There it is. Yeah, graphics were good in the remake. It was originally done like a decade ago, and apparently it's getting even better graphics on the Switch too. I believe Nintendo actually had a Direct today as well. I ended up seeing like the second half of it. Overall, they didn't really announce anything too big. Other than how transferring games would work and stuff like that. But I believe the Switch 2 presentation is April 2nd. They're probably going to do it on April 1st, and it's like, we probably shouldn't do this on April Fool's Day. So they're doing it on April 2nd. And I think currently, the only thing that's been 100% confirmed, ignoring every leak that might exist right now, is I'm pretty sure the next Mario Kart game, and technically the Pokemon game. But beyond those two, I don't think anything has actually been announced beyond that. But we'll definitely be doing some of those later this year when they come out. That'll be like the final November, December kind of time. Though that's assuming I can get a Nintendo Switch 2 in a timely manner. Without getting price gouged. Because I'm not going to stand at a store at like 3 a.m. just trying to reserve one. I want one, but not that badly. Which game do I still want to play? For what, the Switch 2 or on the Switch 1? Because at this point on the Switch 1, I don't think there's any other game I'm going to be getting. But the Switch 2, as far as what's been announced, the next Pokemon game and the next Mario Kart. They haven't done a new Mario Kart, not counting the mobile version. But they haven't done a new Mario Kart in over a decade. If ignoring the mobile version Mario Kart that they did. I think it's been like 11 or 12 years. All they did was re-release the same Mario Kart like 3 times. Or was it 2 times? They released it a lot of times. But it's been a good 11 or 12 years since they actually did a new one. Like, that game's almost as old as Gems of War. It's been so long since they've done a new one. Oh, so this Hound is surprisingly good. I kind of completely forgot when I was doing the video that this thing even exists. Otherwise I would have mentioned it for the low rarity team. But this thing's actually super, super good. 8 to 12 purple gems guaranteed. This is basically a weaker version of... You know what this basically is, except it doesn't feed into itself. This is a weaker version of Void Dragon. Void Dragon does 9 to 13 gems. With the benefit of also feeding purple into itself. But it does that at a way higher mana cost. It does that at like, what, 18-ish or whatever it is, instead of 11. Of course, the big upside of that is that it feeds the purple back into itself. As well as doing way more damage. But honestly, this is like mega budget Void Dragon, basically. Not quite the same, but it's actually surprisingly similar. It's only a rare. Whereas the other one's a mythic. There's only one less gem spawn in Void Dragon. For like half the mana cost. But the only really big downside being that it doesn't feed back to itself. But of course you can still feed into other troops. They need to make an empowered mech troop. Bork is kind of empowered. With like 50% mana start and just taking a turn. But yeah, there is currently no Empower Mech. For the same reason that, honestly, well, they're probably going to be almost like no Empower Goblin. Could you imagine an Empower Goblin? Also, 50% Mana Star Goblin would also be really funny. Though the easiest way that they could nerf that on defend teams is if they made the ability on a 50% Mana Star Goblin really, really bad. So when the AI does it, they like auto-end their turn. Like, if they ever add 50% Goblin, they have to make the 50% Troop, like, auto-end its turn and not have extra turn. Or if it does have auto-extra turn, it has to be something, like, really, really, really bad. Like, freeze all allies and enemies. That, in theory, isn't bad, but is bad in the context of a Goblin team. Oh, why'd I do that? I could have gotten full mana there. I just realized he's gonna get revived and I have no way to kill him. So why is this one being so much tankier? Feels like I should have died earlier. Oh, can we get a free scope poke on him? Or just any scope poke? There we go. That's nice because now we can do this and then do that and then he's dead. There we go. Hey, double dead end room. I'll take them. Yeah, there's a lot of troops I forget about. They're normally the more recent ones, though. I'm a lot more likely to forget about a troop that came out, like, a few months ago, or even a few years ago, compared to a troop from, like, 5 to 10 years ago. Like, all those I remember so well, because there wasn't as many troops in the game at the time. But normally, it's oddly enough, the more recent stuff that I actually forget about. Because this guy was added in the last year or two. So it kind of completely slipped my mind at the time. But anything that's been in the game for a long while, I do remember. At least a lot better comparatively. This thing being webbed is kind of annoying. This team has pretty much nothing to deal with web. A torch! That's not going to do much. Where's all the new Guardians at? Which troop do I find underrated badly? I don't know, generally most underrated troops eventually get used a ton. I feel like there's a lot of hero weapons that are really underrated. More so than troops. Mostly because Wand of Stars is almost always better. It's a big issue that hero weapons have at the moment. Where Wand of Stars, the Ruby weapon, Dawnbringer, Dustbringer, stuff like that. Like all the really big damage source weapons and or mana accumulation weapons. Kind of clips out all of the other really, really, really good hero weapons. That in theory are really good, but compared to just plopping Wand on everything, just don't really get used that much. It's always just generally more straightforward just to plop a Wand on something. Yeah, there are some situations where the exploding weapon is better than Wand. The two main ones being if the enemy pressures damage a lot and you would actually need to resummon. The other time being if you just need the consistency. One big issue Wand has, that Stellarex also has the same issue oddly enough, is even Beatrix has this issue. Where if you miss, you kind of lose really, really, really hard. Like if you full miss with the ability. It's not too often that they full miss, but when they do, it is exceedingly bad. Whereas exploding weapons, as long as the color isn't completely denied from the board, they're never going to full miss. They have some amount of guaranteed amount of mana accumulation. It's one of the reasons why if you have no chance of losing a battle, that running Pharaoh is better than running double Takshaka. Like double Pharaoh is better than double Takshaka. The reason why you always do that if you have no chance of losing a battle is the explodes is better guaranteed mana compared to doing the elemental star, wild card, or anything like that. And the same comes to abilities. Explode or Mass Destroy is always more consistent than creating any amount of gem. It's just the extra power that's on the gem creating ones is generally worth it. Like Takshaka being able to solo an entire battle despite it being a support troop. Or Stellarex just having absurdly high damage while still having really good extra turn rate. We're giving up some of the mana viability for a lot of damage. This is the main reason why Takshaka, Stellarex, and stuff like that are even used. You're giving up extra turn potential for a lot of damage. But the a lot of damage that you're exchanging it out for is normally worth it. But it's at the cost of some extra turn consistency. Oh, so they would just full scout this entire floor. At least it's zone 2, so it doesn't matter too much. But I need to start buying more torches at this rate. At current rate, I'm not even going to be able to get to the zone 4 by the end of the week. We'll see how far we get by tomorrow. Because if I have to keep full scouting, I think we need to go buy more torches. Oh, so we'll be switching our team once we get to the next zone, by the way. Because this team will definitely not cut it in zone 3. It's barely even cutting it in zone 2. We'll use the whatever team we showed in the video. Actually, I hope I still have the copy paste for that. I might need to go grab it from my video itself. There are some weeks where I do that. Where I'll overwrite the team for some reason, and I have to go reference my own video of whatever I covered on Monday. Just so I don't have to go remake the team. Just grab it from the Monday video. I find it funny because some weeks I actually literally reference my own video. Like, not even ironically. Like, I overwrite the team, and it's like, oh yeah, I need to go get that team. As it's quicker to just go reference it than to go make one. Especially when on mobile. Because it feels so much more annoying to try to set teams on mobile. With that, like, little miniature keyboard and everything. Oh, so speaking of which, all of our Guild War teams that we're using throughout the week, or at least most of them, they're all on the weekly video if you want to go copy-paste any of them. Every single one was mentioned on the Monday video. The only teams I didn't show for were using the slime. As personally, I probably won't be using it too much. I just figured it'd be enough red counter where you're probably not going to be able to get away with it. Then I didn't show any with that one golem. But that golem's only particularly good if you have Shining level 2 on it. Which if you didn't get the time of the event is probably not something you have laying around. Shining level 1 probably, but not Shining level 2. Where it gets its extra power. Yeah, we have exactly 6, so if we do correctly here, we should be able to get the primary path if nothing else. Oh yeah, let me go change my team. I think I'm actually going to need to go reference the Monday video. Oh no. Yeah, I already overrid it. No. Okay, one second. Let me go reference the video. That's funny. Give me a moment. Gotta go find the video. That's not it. Where's the video at? I will find it. One second. Go over here. Go to videos. Go to... How do I go to current time? I forgot. I ended up backtracking because we were looking at the things earlier. I want to go back to current day. Is there not a way to go all the way back? Because currently I'm in like 2024 right now. Bring me back to current day. There we go. Flower Dragon team. Guild War returns. Invasion event. Underspire. There it is. Grab the Underspire team. If I could ever copy it correctly. There we go. Oh, no. Stop copying the whole thing. Because I'm in the YouTube thingy. Just trying to copy the whole thing. Alright, there we go. Because I'm in, like, editing the description. Just so we don't have the audio of the video playing. Alright, there we go. Alright, it should be on copy-paste now if I did that correctly. Underspire... Fight... There we go. Alright, much better. But it should do a lot more damage. Up, and I just moved that, now that went away. Wait. Also, let me find out the code. We haven't done one in a little while. There you go. Here's another redeem code. Enjoy. If you guys still have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Because honestly, after we probably finish out Underspire here, I'll probably call it for tonight. And then tomorrow, fingers crossed, we'll be up against a real guild. As fun as it is, or as convenient as it is having, like, you know, a really free fight, I do want to see a real battle. Because today was like a nothing battle. We did have one real fight on the final fight, but hopefully we'll have 5 tomorrow. Probably not. I don't know. Have a lot of you guys been getting easy fights? I don't know. Have any of you guys who aren't in my guild right now, did you guys also get a really easy fight this Guild War? Like nearly every single room just being the Guardian, free insta-kill. I probably should have taken that brown extra turn. So honestly, at this point, I should probably get rid of Zolgoth. I don't think we're going deep enough right now to get enough value from Zolgoth here. He's kind of just sitting there doing nothing. Do we have any other better in power? No. Do we have any link that isn't useless? Green. I kind of want purple. I don't want to use Ancient Horror, though. Do I really? If I go type in Magic Link here, they've really got to upgrade the Magic Link in this location. The only three options cannot be Ferret, which needs an upgrade so badly, Ancient Horror, and Tome of Evil. Why? Are these really the only three options? Actually, you know what? Let me go Brown Link. I changed my mind because I forgot. You actually create Brown. Let me do Brown instead, which I think is his Alkalite path then. What else is Stone Link here? Alkalite, what does Deep Dwarf do? Transform all green to a gem of a chosen color, then create a stone block. Honestly, that's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's better than the other two options. And ideally would be turning that into brown, of course. Which not only feeds back into himself, but also into the color that Elder Dragon creates as brown curse gem. Because I don't think we're going deep enough for Zolgoth to matter. If you were going all the way, you would definitely want to use Zolgoth at a certain point. But I'm only going for floor 4 completion. Meaning at no point will I actually need to do a Zolgoth build. Oops, I meant to do brown. I forgot, it's only green. I was trying to convert green into brown. That's not what his ability does. It converts green into whatever color you choose. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm like, won't make that mistake again. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I just realized one slight issue with this team, though. If Elder Dragon dies, I basically have no damage whatsoever. I'll be fine. Alright, final torch for today. Should be able to see door from here. Won't be able to take it, but we'll be able to see it. Oh, I should have taken that extra turn first. Well, I guess it worked out. There we go. Nice. Yeah, and there's the door. Alright, nice. Oh, we still got 6 minutes left. I guess we go quick kill. You know what? Let's go do some Flower Dragon. Because I've been slacking on Explore 12. We really gotta do a lot more. I said hello, Logic Slayer. If I didn't already say hi, welcome, welcome. What balls and roll. But yeah, I did end up upgrading the Magic Kingdom off stream because I wanted to have it upgraded before Guild Wars started. Not realizing that our first Guild War battle would be like the easiest thing ever. However, in doing so, it reminded me I need to go farm Explore 12. Because we are so low on tokens. Like, we're basically at 0 right now. Like, I think we could upgrade 2 more kingdoms, and then we are quite literally at actual 0 medals remaining. Like, just enough to go set bonuses, and that's it. So, I really got to do more Explore 12. As if we had to upgrade 3 kingdoms, I would run out of supplies. I don't even think I have enough for the 3rd. As of course, to max out a kingdom to level 30, one of the big things that you need is to gold elite level 20 troops within the kingdom. And obviously you're not going to be using like the glory and silver, you know, all the glory medals on a weak enemy, or you know, on a weak troop. You're generally using them only on mythics and occasionally on legends. Which means all the lower rarity stuff from common to epic, you gotta use medals for. And I have nearly none. As the main place where you farm them is Explorer 12. Or any Explorer, but mostly Explorer 12. As the rates per hour is best from Explorer 12. So we gotta start using the new Flower Dragon to go kill out Explorer 12 battles. Because it can very conveniently two-shot. Stellarex could too. But this just has a little bit of a better damage range in case they have spell reduction or something. Or they have extra bonuses on a given week. So just make sure you always get the two-shot out of them. Something Stellarex normally did, but it wasn't like 100% of the time. Whereas Flower Dragon is definitely 100% of the time. Unless they have like an absurd spell reduction, in which case you probably shouldn't be doing Explore there. But even when we see all these bad drops, we actually need them. Maybe not the guard ones, though. The common ones are the only drop we technically don't need. But every single token, rare and above, we do need. Common's the only exception. The only thing I could do for that is to get the first trait off of a rare. Unless we want to go gamble them. That's actually something I haven't bothered doing yet. You can gamble them for a % chance. I have not bothered doing it at all. It burns through a lot of souls, but it is a good way to dump your souls later in the game. I just haven't bothered. Because every attempt, even for like trait 1, is still 10,000 souls every attempt. Which is not a lot of souls, but if you fail like, you know, 10 times, it's 100,000 souls for nothing. Like literal nothing. Well, you could also get lucky on like first try. But I haven't bothered gambling yet when doing the upgrades. I always go for the 100% chance. Oh, I wish that was free. If this was an angel, we definitely would be taking the elite key. But no way we're spending 360 gems on that. That is so not worth it. Honestly, even at 150 gems, I'd be hesitant to take it. Well, Volkey and Epic Volkey are way too expensive off of him. Their expected value from the key is way worse. So you should try avoiding them. They're basically like gambling. And then if you keep doing it, you're statistically going to be losing money. Even if you get lucky occasionally. If you did it for long enough, you will lose more than you make. Like all of gambling. So you should never open any Volkey or Epic Volkey from merchants specifically. Because their gem cost is too high relative to respective return. Does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over, let me know. Because once that booster goes out, we'll probably call it for now. Have to go through Explorer 12 a few more times here. Also, I love this new Flower Dragon, by the way. I actually enjoy using it a lot more than I initially thought I would. When I originally saw what it would do, I was thinking, what on earth would I ever use this over Stellarex? But honestly, after messing around with it a little bit, I know I like it. It's a nice change of pace. There are definitely a lot of situations where you still use Stellarex instead, but, I don't know. It's higher damage ranges come in handy sometimes. And it's still a higher mana cost isn't that big a deal. Its ability is also guaranteed to get value as long as skulls haven't been denied. Where there's some annoying times when Stellarex just full misses, which is so annoying. But generally speaking, this dragon can never full miss. As long as there's at least one skull on the board, it can never full miss. The only situation where it could technically full miss is if there's literally 0 skulls on the board, which is very rare. Whereas Stellarex can full miss in any board state. Even one that's really favorable if it gets unlucky enough. Whereas the biggest thing that's useful with this is its consistency. It's like the whole Farish Ra, or, you know, Pharaoh compared to, like, Takshaka situation. Where it's always guaranteed to get some amount of value. And that consistency I really like. As it's more consistent than Stellarex, even though it's weaker than Stellarex. It's the same, it's the kind of same difference between, like, Truffle and Beatrix. Whereas a lot of situations, Truffle is worse, but is way more consistent. And having to double 2 more consistent ones together is just really nice. Like Pharaoh with, like for PvP, I would still run Stellaryx into double Talk Shaka. But for quick kill stuff, I definitely much prefer running the more consistent build, which is the new Flower Dragon with double Pharaoh. But running this in PvP would be way too dangerous. Or even a team like this. That's definitely one where Stellaryx would be way better. So hello, the Spins! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we've still been around. Just haven't been doing Gems of War every single day. Though it will be for the next several days. Because we're actually doing Gems of War 5 days in a row right now. Because today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then of course Monday, because it'll be the Monday event video. Or, you know, event week, or, you know, whatever you call that. The reset there. Yeah, honestly, I do miss doing the daily streams. I don't think we're ever gonna back to I don't think we're ever gonna go back to always doing daily streams though. At least during Guild Wars and a few other things like that, or if they ever had something nice to grind for, or if we ever want to go do a side grind of some kind. Because honestly, I'm considering next Vault event weekend to go do a ton of Explore 12. Like a ton of Explore 12. Because if we're gonna metal farm, we might as well metal farm while it's Vault weekend. So I might do like a 10-hour stream of just Explore 12 during Vault weekend. Like literally a whole day where we do nothing but what we're doing right now. Probably with a few different teams. We're probably not going to use the same team the whole time. Because I got to do the Explore 12 grind again at some point. And what better time than during a Vault weekend where we're getting better loot anyways. That's probably the last set we go for now. Because after seeing how low we are on medals, we really got to do that grind sometime in the next month or two. Because in 2 more kingdom upgrades, I'm basically at actual 0 medals remaining. Like the stash that we've had for so long is finally going to run out. Because I've been neglecting Explore 12 so long. Is the new Flower Dragon OP? Yes, it is really good. If you still go for Stellaryx, Stellaryx is perfectly fine. There's a lot of situations where Stellaryx is even better than it still. So if you haven't finished Stellaryx yet and already started, I would definitely finish out Stellaryx first. But if you have the resources to go get Flower Dragon, it's a nice alternative. It has a better, higher hit than it. It's like a slightly higher amount of damage per cast than Stellaryx. The big issue with it is it gains overall less mana, but it gains that mana slightly more consistently. It also can be hard countered unlike Stellaryx, where if you deny every skull on the board, it's a lot less effective. Whereas there isn't really anything you could deny on the board to deny Stellaryx. But yeah, it is really strong, though. It's in a pretty similar category to Stellaryx. But you're fine with one or the other. Like, if you only had Flower Dragon or only had Stellaryx, that'd be perfectly fine. Basically, if you already started the Stellaryx grind, you should probably just do the Stellaryx grind then. And it's also cheaper to do. This one costs like 600 each. The other problem with this dragon is it's not in Soulforge. It's going to be a year before its components start showing up in Soulforge. Whereas both Gem Dragon and Cosmic Dragon are already in Soulforge. So their components can still rotate around. So finishing them is a lot easier compared to Flower Dragon right now. Because Flower Dragon, the only way you can get it for the next year is to deal with the RNG drop table. Whereas the other two, you can eventually get saved from Soulforge having the option you need. If you want to buy your last one or last 2 that way. Just so you don't have to deal with the RNG eggs. But you can't do that. Oh, nice, we got Anisha. But you can't do that until next year for Flower Dragon. So long story short, still go for Stellaryx first, I would say. Even though Flower Dragon is nice. The only really big advantage for this right now is it can be used for Guild War Defend. But I have a feeling they're going to change that in the future. It's really powerful for this current Guild War. But I would assume they're going to change that in the future just because of how broken that is. Because I'm pretty sure once we find a real guild, every single Guild War final battle is going to be Flower Dragon. This is going to be some kind of team supporting Flower Dragon. Like every single one of them. Oh, so I still call this thing Flower Dragon. I have no chance of pronouncing this. I know what flower it's trying to say there. I just cannot say that. I know what flower it is. My lips cannot form that word, though. This will be the final set we go for, I believe. So any last minute questions, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll have a nice spicy Guild War to go do. If not, we'll just go obliterate another one like today. I'm hoping at least one of these 4 Guild Wars is a really challenging 5 fight so we can get a real Guild War fight at least once. Just, as nice as it is having the free wins, you know, we want at least one challenging day. Get a reminder of how absurdly hard Guild War is going to be in the future. Hey, nice. And Anu and Arania. Very nice. Hey, Tributary as well. Hey, there we go. Well, tomorrow we'll go move on to the next Guild War day. We can also go show upgraded Shugura as well, as we will have the upgraded Shugura by then. So we will go and show it off on stream as well. I probably won't be able to use it during the day, though. I guess I technically could. Because after I get 3 wins, we could technically do it on the 4th or 5th battle tomorrow. As I believe we can just claim these rewards immediately like I already have. So for the 4th and 5th battle tomorrow, I can switch to a Shugura build if I want to show upgraded Shugura. We'll see if we do or not. It depends what battle we're up against to see if it's actually worth using Shugura or not. But yeah, we might actually use it tomorrow. I can only use it for the 4th or 5th battle though. I can't use it for the first 3 because it won't be upgraded by then. But assuming we win the first 3, yeah, we could do it on the 4th and 5th battle then. Because then it will have its extra perk, which is like an extra gem spawn or 2. It's not going to like make or break Shugura, but if we're already doing a Skull Spam team, it's definitely, you know, a little bit extra value compared to what it would normally have. I just don't feel like Shugura's going to be viable in any team, but we'll see. Depends what we're up against, if it's like really weak to Skulls or something. Anyways, guys, we'll end it here for now. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. And yeah, we'll be back for next day of Guild War. And we'll keep doing that for every Guild War day as we always have in the past, and we'll continue to do in the future. And go from there. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your week, upcoming weekend, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.